Before you even think about upgrading your phone next year, you need to hear this. Because Apple is already deep into development of the iPhone 18 Pro Max. And if these leaks are even close to accurate, this could be the iPhone that makes the iPhone 17 feel outdated almost overnight. Bigger battery, massive camera upgrades, a brand new chip, and serious changes to the front design. This is not a small update. This is Apple quietly preparing one of its biggest jumps in years. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'll tell you honestly whether waiting for the iPhone 18 Pro Max actually makes sense, or if this is just hype wrapped in rumors. Now, let's be clear from the start. Nothing you're about to hear is officially confirmed by Apple. This phone is expected to launch in September 2026, which means we are talking about early leaks, internal testing reports, and supply chain information. Things can change. Apple always tweaks features right up until the last moment. But when multiple leaks line up like this, patterns start to form. And those patterns tell a very clear story. Let's start with the front of the phone, because this is where expectations and reality often collide. For years now, we've heard rumors about under-display Face ID. Every single year, someone claims Apple has finally cracked it. And every single year, it doesn't happen. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is no different. Yes, Apple is testing under-display Face ID technology. That part is true. But according to the most reliable information, it still isn't good enough for Apple standards. The main problem is display quality. When you hide sensors under the screen, brightness drops, colors shift, camera clarity suffers. Apple is extremely picky about these things. So instead of rushing a half-baked solution, Apple appears to be taking a more realistic approach. Rather than removing the dynamic island entirely, the current plan points toward a much smaller cutout. Think of a tighter punch-hole style layout. Less intrusive, cleaner, more immersive, but not completely invisible yet. So for the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max, expect thinner bezels, a more compact Face ID system, and a front display that feels closer than ever to true edge-to-edge. This won't be the all-screen dream phone just yet, but visually, it could be the biggest step forward since the dynamic island was first introduced. Now let's talk about something that matters far more than a few millimeters of screen space. Battery life. This is where Apple seems to be making a major shift in priorities. According to leaks, the iPhone 18 Pro Max will be slightly heavier and thicker internally. Not because Apple forgot how to make thin phones, but because they chose not to. The weight is expected to land around 243 grams, a few grams heavier than before. And the reason is simple. A much larger battery and upgraded camera hardware. Apple learned a hard lesson from ultra-thin designs. People say they want thinner phones, but what they actually keep asking for is better battery life. So with the iPhone 18 lineup, Apple appears to be leaning fully into endurance. The numbers being discussed are significant. The regular iPhone 18 could land around 3,800 milliamp hours. The iPhone 18 Air around 3,200. The iPhone 18 Pro around 4,300. And the iPhone 18 Pro Max could reach a massive 5,200 milliamp hour battery. That is huge for an iPhone. Pair that with a much more efficient chip, and we're no longer talking about all-day battery as marketing talk. We're talking about comfortably lasting through heavy use without anxiety. Charging is also expected to improve. Wired charging could jump to around 30 watts on the base models, with faster MagSafe speeds as well. The Pro models may push even further, finally closing the gap with Android flagships. Now let's talk performance, because this is where the iPhone 18 lineup really separates itself. All four models are expected to run on Apple's new A20 chip family. The regular models get the A20. The Pro models get the A20 Pro. And the biggest upgrade here is not raw speed. It's efficiency. The A20 Pro is rumored to be built on TSMC's new 2-nanometer process. This means lower power consumption, less heat under sustained loads, and higher performance over longer periods of time. It also means a much stronger neural engine. And that matters because Apple is going all in on on-device AI. This chip is being designed for the future, not just benchmarks. Any of the most important rumored changes is RAM. For the first time, leaks suggest that every iPhone 18 model, from the base version to the Pro Max, will ship with 12 gigabytes of RAM. No more artificial gaps. No more basic models struggling with memory. This matters more than most people realize. Apps stay open longer. Multitasking becomes smoother. Games perform better. And AI features don't need to be limited to only the most expensive models. Connectivity is also getting a serious upgrade. Apple is reportedly testing a new C2 modem, along with Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6.1. This means faster speeds, lower latency, better power efficiency, and stronger connections in crowded environments. It's not flashy, but it's the kind of upgrade you feel every day. Now let's talk about the cameras, because this is where the biggest headlines are coming from. For the Pro models, the baseline setup already looks strong. A 48-megapixel main camera with variable aperture. A 48-megapixel ultra-wide. A 64-megapixel periscope telephoto with up to 10x optical zoom. All using stacked sensor technology for faster readout and better low-light performance. But the Pro Max is where things get truly wild. Multiple insiders claim Apple is actively testing a stacked 200-megapixel main sensor. That would be the biggest resolution jump in iPhone history. Is it guaranteed? No. Apple could decide the trade-offs aren't worth it. But if it makes it into the final product, the benefits are massive. Extreme detail in good lighting. Far better cropping without quality loss. More data for Apple's computational photography. And potentially the biggest leap in portrait and night photography we've ever seen on iPhone. On top of that, Apple is pushing AI-powered photo and video tools. Smarter HDR, better subject separation, faster processing, possibly even new editing features that let you adjust focus, lighting, or mood after the shot. The front camera is also getting a long overdue upgrade. The Pro models are rumored to jump to a 42-megapixel selfie camera. That's a massive increase from the 12 megapixels we've had for years. Sharper selfies, better video, cleaner FaceTime calls. Design-wise, Apple appears to be going in a cleaner direction. Early leaks suggested a semi-transparent back. That idea seems to be gone. Instead, Apple is aiming for a more unified look. The frame and back glass will be color-matched as closely as possible, creating a single, cohesive appearance. It sounds simple, but it's hard to pull off with different materials. If Apple gets it right, the iPhone 18 lineup could look more minimal and more premium than ever. As for colors, Apple is testing bold options. Deep burgundy, rich brown, vibrant purple. Only one may make the final cut, but any of these would stand out in a sea of safe colors. So should you wait for the iPhone 18 Pro Max? If you're already on an iPhone 17, probably not a must upgrade. But if you're on an older model, especially anything from the iPhone 14 or earlier, this could be a massive jump. Better battery, better cameras, better performance, better AI, and a cleaner design. In my opinion, this is shaping up to be one of the most balanced iPhone upgrades Apple has done in years. Not radical, not gimmicky, just meaningful improvements where they actually matter. And as more leaks come out, we'll get an even clearer picture. If you want to stay ahead of that, make sure you're subscribed. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video with other tech fans, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the next big Apple leak.